Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to Cinco Symposium. Today's story, it's going over the shooting that happened last Thursday. Andrew Tekle was his name. Young black man, apparently was having a mental health crisis, started shooting up an apartment building with shots going into at least one apartment where a mom and her kids were present. And it ended up being a hours-long standoff, according to the report. He's killed in the early hours of Thursday after an hours-long standoff in an apartment building in Minneapolis. Okay, so we got a man that's shooting up an apartment building. Bullets are whizzing by women and children and people. And so, it's a sad story anytime someone's getting shot and killed. He eventually was killed by police snipers, so he was taken out, and you don't like to see the loss of life at any point in time, but when it comes to someone, a criminal, whatever the problem is, but if they're putting other lives in danger or attacking someone else or coming after someone else, yeah, it's you put yourself in that situation, you're probably going to get killed. And when you maintain in a gun standoff with police, you're most likely going to get killed. You'd consider yourself lucky if you just came out shot and still alive. However, that happened, and now we have Black Lives Matter protest happening because of it, and they're protesting in front of the apartment building that it happened at, and protesting against the woman who her and her kids were shot at. And so that's an interesting situation we're going to go over, but also something else to point out that's interesting with this situation is the fact that Gofundme is sponsoring a page for Andrew Tekle and had, at least at the time of this report, over $20,000 into it. Now, anyone that's been paying attention or remembers Kyle Rittenhouse, a kid who was defending himself but was smeared as a terrorist when he literally had the most clear-cut case of self-defense there ever was. Thank God for all that video evidence to show it, otherwise he would have been fried because of the media smearing him. But self-defense, GoFundMe took down his page where people could not donate to him, because GoFundMe is just a leftist supporting piece of crap entity that allows funds to come through for people that were literally shooting up at other people and got killed by the cops. They'll allow that GoFundMe. They'll allow GoFundMes for George Floyd, all the other criminals, everyone that's involved in something bad. But when it comes to a guy defending himself, they'll cancel him. So that's one interesting report. If you didn't know that GoFundMe already sucks, it does. Don't use GoFundMe. Give, Send, Go is the better one. It's not about canceling people for certain political ideology. So there's that. But let's go over the protests that are happening in front of this apartment where this lady and her kids were shot at. And we're gonna go over and I want you to pay attention to the things that they yell at her.
Hit him on idols because you guys are celebrating his life.
It was a terror. I'm sure it was a
This is
terror.
not okay.
You're alive.
You're alive. Shut up. You're alive. Shut up. Who cares that this man shot at you, almost killed you, had bullets whizzing past you? You're alive. Shut up.
Just let it go. Grief in silence. This is not okay. This is not a George Floyd situation. George Floyd was unarmed.
She even supports George
He
Floyd.
was unarmed.
You're alive.
It is not okay.
You're alive.
My kids have to deal with this and probably have a mental illness now because they almost lost their life.
So, had a fairly traumatic experience getting shot at, you and kids, and then they're coming to her apartment and they won't leave her alone. They're disturbing just normal everyday lives of people. But here's the message I want you to take away from this, is the fact that when someone of a certain color comes and shoots up your home with a gun, when they come and shoot up your home and you get to live through it, but bullets are whizzing past you, And then when the police, end up killing that guy, trying to protect you and your kids and everyone else in the neighborhood, because obviously a guy running around with a gun shooting up buildings is dangerous, they're going to come and protest you. And whenever you say, like, hey, listen, can't you leave us alone? Can't you do it? And please, and hey, you're alive. Shut up. We don't care. We don't care, and we don't think that you should be able to defend yourself, or that the cops should have shot this man, or it's always an excuse, and it's just dumb. I don't know how to put it. Like, people are so stupid, and that you have so much time on your hands to go bother this lady in front of her apartment when she was a victim of what this guy was doing in his mental health crisis. And I mean, that's gonna be the excuse for every shooting now. Like, oh, he should have gotten killed, even though he was unloading his gun into the apartments, or unloading into the city street filled with people. He just had a mental illness, so cops shouldn't have killed him. I don't know. You take a gun to a fight with the cops, probably gonna lose. I mean, and with armed civilians, put more armed citizens out there. And we just had a story this past weekend that a potential mass shooter started shooting and then got killed by a good guy with his gun. That's all it takes. If you bring a gun out, or even if you don't bring it out, if you bring a knife, if you mean harm to others, you should get shot. I mean, like, I would rather you get shot and taken down and not hurt anyone else. That's my opinion on it. Let me know what you think. Anyway, that's it for this story. Y'all have a wonderful day.